Yesterday we heard, the last couple of days we heard a story of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's Vijayotsava Leela. And it was very interesting how on that very day of Vijayotsava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he traveled through the heart waves. There's heat waves, and light waves, and microwaves, and TV waves, and radio waves. So there's something called heart waves. If you have a heart, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a heart, then you don't have the slightest idea what I'm talking about. So Lord Chaitanya traveled through the heart waves. He traveled through the heart waves, not the radio waves, TV waves, VHF, UHF. He traveled through the heart waves. Whose heart waves? Shachi Nandan's heart waves. Her heart was vibrating in parental love, motherly love. Where's my Nimai? Nimai Kotai! Nimai Kotai! Come, take your mocha kanda, your sandesh, dugda tumdi, laru rasabali, luchi chini sarapuri, laru rasabali. Come, and they, my mother's in Mahaprabhu Bhavan in Mayapur, and I'm in Gambhira, 1,200 kilometers. I'm feeling the heart waves. My mother's calling me. My mother's making an offering. Lord Chaitanya travels in the heart waves, and he goes there and manifests there and eats. He takes the Gopal Bhog, Bala Gopal Bhog, and cleans the plate. My mother Sachi is astonished. Chamatkar. Teki Chamatkar. What am I seeing? What has happened? That was yesterday. So this story is called Gaura's Vrindavan Gaman Leela. In English we can say this is the pastime of Lord Chaitanya traveling to Vrindavan. Braj Yatra Ki Jai. From chapter 16 of Madhya Leela. In terms of the sequence here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, is sannyasi. And he's traveling. He's left Puri and he wants to go to Vrindavan. Somehow he ended up in Ram Keli because of the heart waves of Rupa and Sanatan, Dabir Kash and Shakara Malik. And he went to Ram Keli and he met them, Rupa and Sanatan. And that was in East Bengal, in what we call Bangladesh. It's not exactly, Puri's here, Vrindavan's here, and Bangladesh is over there. So he was trying to go to Vrindavan, he was trying to go west of Vrindavan from Puri, he ended up going northeast to Bangladesh from Puri, because the heart's attraction, Prem Sankarshan. The attractive power of love power. There's no greater power in the entire universe than love. Love power. If one has love, you can power the whole universe. The whole universe of the spiritual world, the whole universe of Vrindavan is empowered by Radharani's love. Because Radharani is a powerhouse of love. Right? Radharani ki jai. Every time this sannyasi gives a class, he talks about Radharani, you know? There's a problem with this sannyasi. So now let's get on with it. Lord Chaitanya goes to Vrindavan. Now he's in East Bengal, Bangladesh. Hita kahi ami jabe, bidayat tanre dila, gamana kale sanatan, praheli kahila, janra sange hayae, loka lakshakuti, Vrindavana jai bhara, nahi puripati. Gamanakali. So Gaman means to go. Right? So that's why I called it. It's Gaura's Vrindavan Gaman Leela. There it is, Gaman, from the verse. After speaking to them in this way, Lord Chaitanya is narrating this pastime to some of his associates. I said goodbye to Rupa and Sanatan. As I was leaving Ram Keli in East Bengal, Sanatan told me, Mahaprabhu, it is not appropriate for one to be followed by a crowd of thousands when going to Vrindavan. Loka laksha koti means lakhs of people. Tabo ami shunilon matra naikailon avadhan prate chale ailana kanaira nata shalagram. After I heard this from Sanatan, I did not pay it any attention, and in the morning I left Ram Keli and went to a place called Kanai Natashala. Ratri kale mone ami vichara karila sanatana more kiba praheli kahila. Balata kahila mora etaloka sanghe loka deki kahibe more e eka dhange durlaba durgama sei nirjana Vrindavan eka ki jaiba kiba sangha eka jan madhavendra puri tata gela ekeshware dugdha dhana chale Krishna sakshat dhila tanre. At night, when I was in Kanai Natashala, I deeply considered what Sanatan had told me in Ramkeli. I decided that Sanatan's advice was very well spoken. I was indeed being followed by a very large crowd on my way to Vrindavan. And when people would see so many men, they would surely criticize me, saying, "Here's another impostor." Dange. I then began to consider that Vrindavan is a very solitary place. Durlabha Durgama Nirjana. Durgama Durlabha Nirjana Vrindavan. Very rare, Durgama, invincible, Nirjan, solitary. That's a very interesting way Lord Chaitanya is describing. Lord Chaitanya is giving a description of Vrindavan. We're in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Durlabh. It's very difficult to attain, very rarely achieved or attained. A visit to Vrindavan, or what to speak of residence in Vrindavan. And Durgama means it's invincible. Like Durga, Durgati. Dur means difficult going. Like Dur means difficult, far. Gama means, Gati means going, moving. So this is Lord Chaitanya's description of Vrindavan. Durlava, Durgama. How is it Durgama? Durga, Parvati, Durga. Prabhupada translates the word fortress. It's very difficult to get out of a prison cell or a fortress. So Durgati means it's difficult. So the material world is called the citadel of Maya. The fortress of Durga, the fortress of Maya, is very difficult. She's invincible. In fact, if a king wants power, who does he worship? Lakshmi Devi? No. Does he worship Shiva? No. Does he worship Saraswati? No. Who does he worship? Durga. That's why you go to Rajasthan, if you ever visit Ajmer and these other palaces, they have big temples of Durga in their palace complex. Even they may be temple of Krishna, this, that, but definitely on a mountaintop or somewhere nearby or in the very palace, there's a big Badiya temple of Durga. They do big time worship of Durga. They get blessings, Ashirvad, to get power to defeat the enemy, maintain their sovereignty over vast tracts of land. Durga Kripa. You worship Saraswati, become Vidvan, Chaturvedi, Digvijaya. Worship Lakshmi, Paisa. Baniyas worship Lakshmi, kings worship Durga, Brahmins worship Saraswati, and Gaudiyas worship Radha. Radharani ki Jai. Because Radharani is everything in one. She's a source of Durga, she's a source of Lakshmi, she's a source of Saraswati. So if we worship Radharani, we become fortunate. We worship Radharani, we become wise. We worship Radharani, we become invincible. We conquer everything because we conquer birth and death. That's really conquering. Kings conquer the world. Caesar conquered the world, and Cleopatra conquered Caesar. Cleopatra was his girlfriend, or somebody else's wife or something, princess. Caesar, and then thousands of arrows and missiles, and then only one arrow. One lady raised one arrow of her eyebrow. Boing! The great Digvijay, world conqueror, thousands of arrows, millions of men killed, empires conquered. Caesar's empire went from England to Africa, from Africa to India, India to Asia. Caesar! And then one girl went, hi. And he was, ew, take my empire. Take all my wealth, money, everything. Asia, India, Africa, England. It's all yours, baby. Ah, dasos me. So we worship Radharani. But Vrindavan is Durgama. It's very difficult to move in Vrindavan. Durgati, Durgama. Very rarely attained. And you finally get here. Wow, it's really difficult to move. Nirjana means, this is, Lord Chaitanya is saying, this is Vrindavan, Nirjana. I am going with lakhs of people, koti lakhs of people. You're not supposed to go to Vrindavan like that. You're not supposed to, this is a Nirjana place. Madhavendra Puri, then he starts remembering, that's right, Sanatan spoke rightly. I have so many followers, so many people are coming with me. And it's not right. Because what is Vrindavan? Where am I going? I have to think again, oh, Vrindavan is a very lonely place, and it's a forest area, it's a place where Nirjan Bhajan and Bhajan Nandis and Radha Krishna's Leela, and it's very, Nibrita Nikunja, very confidential and quiet, and all these people, and everybody, Mahavru, oh, this is not good. And what about Madhavendra Puri? He's my predecessor Acharya. He's my Param Guru. My Guru's Guru. Ishwar Puri is my Guru. Madhavendra Puri is my Param Guru. How did he go to Vrindavan? Big fanfare, pomp, circumstance, lots of followers, elephants, bing, bang, bang, ding, ding, dong. Madhavendra Puri went to Vrindavan alone. Ekeshwara. Ekeshwara, alone. And Krishna, on the pretext of giving him milk, gave him Sakshat Darshan. He didn't even do Madhukar, he just sat by Govinda Kund chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Do or die, it's up to Rai. He just depended on Radharani. And Krishna is Radharani's servant. And he's in the mood of Radha Bhav. Madhavendra Puri is in Radha Bhav and Viraha Bhav. Ai Dina Diyarjanat Dehe, Aturanath Kadava Lokyase, Vidyam Alokam Kataram. And he says, Brahmati Kim Karomyaham. This is Radha Bhav, this is the prayer that came out of Radharani's lips when Krishna went off with the Kura to Mathura, and Radharani uttered, Ai Dina Diyarjanat Dehe, you are the Lord of the downtrodden, you are my beloved, Dina Diyarjanat. But now you, Kadavalokya say Mathuranath, we can't see you, Kadava, when will we see you? Now you're in Mathura, you're the Lord of Mathura. And you're a Yadunath, you're with the Yadavas, Yadus. Vasudev Nandana, you're not Yashoda Nandan anymore, Nandan, you're Vasudev Nandan. You're the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Hridiyam Kataram, Alokam. Hridiyam Alokam Kataram. Hridiyam Alokam Kataram. Our heart is breaking without seeing you. Radharani speaking of this. This is the verse that's coming out repeatedly from Madhavendra Puri's mouth when he's leaving this world. He's in Radha Bhav, Viraha Bhav, Mathura Viraha. How did he come to Vrindavan? Did he even do Madhukari? No. Do or die, it's up to Rai. He depended on Rai. Rai means Radharani. R-A-I, Rai Raj means king and queen. Rai. Sitting at Govinda Kund. I'm at Govinda Kund. I'm taking shelter of Govinda. This is Govinda's Charanamrita. Govinda, hey Govinda, Hare Krishna, Govinda, Govinda. Sri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. He's chanting Nam, Bhajan, and crying out these prayers in separation from Radharani. And Krishna's hearing, oh, someone's crying out for Radharani, and they're taking this ava chitta Agavati whatever, there's some vow, like you just, whatever comes your way, you'll eat. If nothing comes, you die. So I must go there and give him something to sustain himself. So he went alone and he sat there in Vrindavan, lonely place, Nibritta, alone, Ekeshvara, one person. And Krishna came every day as a little cowboy. Oh, my mother, she saw you. She was going by here getting some water from this well in Anyor. And she saw you by Govinda Kund, and you look like very skinny Baba, Abadut Baba, traveling a mendicant, Vairagi Sadhu. You please, you take some milk. You take the pot, and you keep it, and then tomorrow I'll bring you another pot and take this pot. Okay? Okay. That was Gopal, Krishna. Dugdha dhan chale Krishna sakshat dhila dhane. Dugdha dhan, chale. Chale means like chalak. On the plea of giving a donation, of giving charity of milk. He came to give milk. Was he giving milk? No, he's giving sakshat darshan. If I come to your door, oh, I came to give you this. Well, I'm giving you an object, but I'm also giving you my darshan, aren't I? Because I'm there. You're seeing me face to face. I said, well, forget, I don't care what you're giving me, I just care about you. He didn't even know that this boy he was looking at was Krishna, Gopal. I then understood that I was going to Vrindavan like a magician with his show, magic show. It says, Badi jara bhaji pati Shadilana tahari Bahosange Vrindavana Gamana Nakari. That's why I got the title, Vrindavana Gamana. It's right here. Bahosange Vrindavana Gamana Nakari. I then understood that I was going to Vrindavan like a magician. And the translation is Bharijhara means gypsy. Bhaji means magic. Pati demonstrating. Pati. So I was like a jaduwala going with my whole entourage and doing my show. Eka jaiba kiba sange britya ekajan tabaye shobhaya brindavana ragaman. I have resolved to go alone, or at most ekjana, with one servant. In this way my journey to Vrindavan will be beautiful. Shobhaya, auspicious. Vrindavana javakan ekakiyahan Sainya sange chalijachi daka bhajana. This is Mahaprabhu's thinking. This is all Mahaprabhu's speaking. He's narrating this story and telling what he was thinking. He's telling this to his associates. He's in Shantipur, which we heard in the previous story. He's in Shantipur, and all the devotees assembled there. Then he's speaking about telling all of his associates there about this, what we're hearing. He's telling them, at that moment, I thought, instead of going to Vrindavan alone, I am going with soldiers and the beating of drums. Dik dik apanake bali, hailana astir, nivrittahana puna ailana, gangatir. I therefore said, dik, 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 fie on me. Being very much agitated, I returned to the banks of the Ganga. Bhaktagane rakiya ainu nija nija stan atma sangayaila sabe pancha chayajan. I left all the devotees there, and I brought only 5 or 6 persons with me. Niravigne ebe kaiche jaive brindavane sabe mele yukti deha anaparasane. Now I wish that you all will be pleased with me and give me good consultation. Tell me how I should be able to go to Vrindavan without impediments. Gadadhare Shari Keno Inho Dukkha Paila Se Hetu Vrindavana Jaite Nyarila. I left Gadadhar Pandit here, and he became very unhappy. And for this reason I could not go to Vrindavan. Tabe Gadadhara Pandit Premavishtahan, Prabhupada Dharikai, Vinaya Karya. Being encouraged by Mahaprabhu's words, Gadadhar Pandit became absorbed in ecstatic love. Immediately clasping the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu, he began to speak with Vinaya Karya, great humility. Now Gadadhar Pandit is going to speak. Tumi Jahan Raha, Tahan Vrindavan, Tahan Jamuna Ganga, Sarvatirthagan. Prabhu, wherever you stay, it's Vrindavan. As well as the river Yamuna, the river Ganga, and all of their places of pilgrimage. Sarva Tirthagan. Tumi Yahan, Jahan Rahan, Tahan Vrindavan, Tahan Jamuna Ganga, Tabo Vrindavan Jahan, Lokashikaite, Seta Karide, Tomarye Layachite. Although, Prabhu, wherever you stay is Vrindavan, you will still go to Vrindavan just to instruct the people. Otherwise, you will do whatever you think best. Ayage Aila Prabhu, Varshara Chari Mas, E Chari Masakara Nila Chale Vas. Taking this opportunity, Gadadhar Pandit said, just now the 4 months of the rainy season have begun. Chaturmasya has now started. You should therefore spend the next 4 months in Jagannath Puri. He's tried so hard to go to Vrindavan. He went kind of Vrindavan, then he went to Rankeli, then Natashala, back to Puri. Accepting Gadadhar Pandit's proposal, Lord Chaitanya passed Chaturmasya in Vrindavan, and then again he set out for Sridham Vrindavan. Vrindavan Dhama ki jai, Sri Caitanya Caritamrta ki jai. Now this concludes the pastime of Gaura's Vrindavan Gamana Lila. So some very nice teaching there, where Chaitanya is speaking about the nature of Vrindavan and how it's at one time it was a very solitary and quiet place, and those that are looking for such solitary, quiet environments keep moving and moving and moving in Vrindavan. Saints used to live in Vrindavan. It got very crowded there years ago. They moved to Radhakund. Radhakund became very crowded. They moved to Govindakund. And now soon Govindakund will become very crowded, and I don't know where they'll move next. But the Nirjan Bhajanandis that want so much for the solitude and quiet surroundings so they can do their bhajan, they have to keep moving and moving as the modern world encroaches upon Vrindavan. But 500 years ago it was quite an amazing place. Really, really quiet and really lonely. But it's interesting because there's a very key words that Lord Chaitanya said in describing Vrindavan. He said, Durlava, Durgama, Nirjana, Vrindavan. Because if you take these words and intersperse them and move them in different positions, you can attain different meanings. Nirjana Vrindavan, Durgama Vrindavan, Durlava Vrindavan, or Vrindavan Nirjana. So for example, if one really wants to enter Vrindavan, the real Vrindavan, the Leela Bhumi, it's called Leela Bhumi Vrindavan, Leela Pravesh, and Krishna's Seva, Radharani's Seva in Vrindavan, then he will have to undergo in his life extreme difficulties and have to perform very rarely performed difficulties that he never done before. The level of austerities and the absorption, because it's a great austerity. Nidra hara vihara kari vijato chadyanta dinochayo. Is that not an austerity to control the tongue and control the sleeping? It's a big austerity. The Goswami is reading itna, a leaf cup of buttermilk. The Prayojanacharya, the teacher of prema, of the sadhya, of sadhana bhakti. What is the goal of bhakti? It's called sadhya, prayojan. Sadhana, sadhya. He's a sadhyacharya of the prayojan. And he lived the exemplary life of sadhana. Uparagnata padi hoivayakuti. We have to follow in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami and Rangnath Das Goswami in our sadhaka roop. This is called sadhaka roop. Seva sadhaka rupena sirupena chatri. How did they live here in Vrindavan in this physical, material body, man, woman? Very, very austere lives. Very rarely attained type of practices. And invincible, very difficult, durgama, very difficult path they tread. And we don't read the history of anyone who attained perfection by living an easy life. Prabhupada himself has a beautiful phrase which is very much applicable to this juncture of our discussion. An easy life and Krishna consciousness go ill together. You can look it up in your folio. And to make it maybe easier English if you can't follow that. If you try to mix easy, comfortable, happy life with Krishna consciousness, especially in Vrindavan, but Prabhupada's speaking about anywhere and everywhere, they don't mix. Prabhupada said we are supposed to follow the Goswamis. Mahajana Yena Katasya Banta. Prabhupada, he told the early devotees they should sing this prayer every single day if they want to know what it means to be a devotee. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Ganani. Sing it, meditate on it, act upon it. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gananatavi Kala Vasami Krito Nidra Hara Vihara Kadi Vijato Chatyanta Dina Triya Radha Krishna Gunasmatir Madhurima Nandena Samhoito. Become so absorbed in Radha Krishna Gunasmriti. Be so absorbed in meditating in Radha Krishna's guna, their qualities, their pastimes, that you forget everything. Radha Krishna Gunasmriti, Madhuri, the sweetness, you become so absorbed in the sweetness of Radha Krishna's forms, qualities, Nam, Rup, Gun, Leela, that's samohito. Samohito means you forget everything and you become moha, completely, absolutely not in illusion, become totally enlightened. Become totally enlightened, totally realized. And in the course of becoming completely enlightened, in the course of becoming completely Krishna conscious, you forget everything. You become, everything else that was your reality becomes an illusion, and everything else that was invisible to you becomes your reality. The spiritual world and the spiritual pastimes in the form of Krishna, which were invisible to you previously, they become your tangible, visible reality. And the whole life you lived beforehand becomes the moha. Moha means illusion, yes? It becomes one big illusion. Samoha means it becomes one big illusion. My wife is one big illusion. My house, my whole material life is one big illusion. Radha Krishna Gunasmatir Madhurima Nandena Sambhovito. And we can come, but without the qualification, without the adhikar of austerity and tapasya, there is no access. There's no access into this reality, this dynamic love flow of love and bliss. Because that verse comes in two parts. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Ganan Nidra Hara Vihara. You do sadhana. Then you can perform more austerities and more control. And then Krishna becomes pleased with the Nishtita and Bhakti. Then he gives some kripa and ruchi. Then you go on, and then you start to relish the sweetness of Krishna's guna and lila. Radha Krishna Gunasmriti. Then you become, everything else becomes illusion. That's one meaning of the verse. And you become so absorbed, you enter totally into the spiritual reality. You become bewildered about everything else. You act like an avadut. Oh, he doesn't dress himself, he doesn't eat. You're samhoito. Sri Caitanya Caritamrta ki jai.